Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am Tedra Chanel. Welcome if this is your first time here. What if I told you that ideas are just visions of the version of you that already exists? Right? Totally made sense to me. I was scrolling on TikTok a couple of nights ago, as per usual, and this guy had this written on the screen. A couple of nights ago, I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw somebody talking about this, trying to make this point. And it made so much sense to me just like that. And the funny thing is, I was just talking to a friend of mine about procrastination and how procrastination for me is like paralyzing, girl. And I just don't be understanding. But when you think about procrastination, right? What is procrastination at its core? In my opinion, procrastination is just another form of fear. It's a very debilitating form of fear, right? So if you take his theory that the ideas that we have come from the version of us that already exists. So I'm going to call this version our, right? The version of ourselves that already has everything that we desire to have. Cool. So if we really run with that theory, right? And you can see into the future because you're tapped into the highest version of yourself. Stay with me. You're tapped into the highest version of yourself. You have all of these desires for things that you don't yet have in this reality. So let's quantify it. Let's say you want to earn, let's go with $1 million because that's what everybody wants, even though $1 million ain't shit in today's world, right? But let's say you want to manifest or earn $1 million a year. Let's say you want to have, you want to travel 6 times a year, 6 vacations a year. Maybe you want to live in the States half the year and overseas the other half, right? Let's say this version of you wants to drive. I don't know what y'all like to drive. We're gonna go in my dream car, a yours, Lamborghini, right? And let's say you want to be married in a very healthy, thriving relationship, all the things, right? So if you have the desire, if you can already see yourself traveling the world in a healthy, loving relationship, living in your dream home, driving your dream car, then you can see that because we know that that version of you already exists. So that should tell you that what? It's possible, right? Because if it wasn't possible, you wouldn't even be able to conceptualize the idea. With me? So let's run this back to procrastination. We said earlier that procrastination is just a really debilitating form of fear. Fear of it not being possible, fear of it not really happening for you. Get where I'm going? Like, so if you keep your why in front of you, and so your why, let's not call it our why, but if we keep the idea of this version of ourselves that already exists, right? And we do that with vision boards, right? And we keep them really, really close to you. We make them our backgrounds on our phones, our iPads, all of our devices. And if we connect listen, I know I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I really need to drill it into your heads. The version of you that you want to embody already exists. Everything that you desire to have already exists. You don't even have to create it because somebody already did. All you have to do is step into the shoes of the version of yourself that already has all the things, that is living this lifestyle. So, again, if we know that it's possible, right? If we know that this is possible because we believe that this higher version of ourself exists and we're struggling with procrastination, all we have to do is remind ourselves every single day, it is possible, right? Because that procrastination, let's make it make sense for a lot of us. So let's say that you want to start some type of business. Everybody wants to be a content creator nowadays, right? But we have all of these excuses. I don't like to be on camera. I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't like how I look. I'm too short. I'm too tall. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too black. I'm too pale. Like, we come up with all of the excuses in the world. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the right lighting. I don't have the right camera. But I want to be a content creator, right? Because in my mind, I've seen the version of myself that is a successful content creator. But meanwhile, I'm making all of these excuses. Why are we making excuses if we know that version of ourselves already exists? And all we have to do is take the action. We just have to do the work. We just have to start. Girl, get your phone, stand in front of a window when it's light outside, and record. It's really that simple. But we make all the excuses in the world as to why we can't have a thing, right? So again, if we know that this person, this version of ourselves already exists, and that's me over there, right? That's me that I see, that is traveling the world, living here half the year, living here there half the year. That is me, right? So what you need to do is keep this idea in the forefront of your mind, that the version of myself that I want to embody already exists. And all I have to do is step into the shoes. I have to act as if everything that my future self, I have to act as if I have it now. Because this is the only time that really matters, is the right now, right? Does that make sense? Am I making sense? So if you truly believe this, this should cancel out all procrastination that you're dealing with. All of the procrastination in the world that you're dealing with, I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to lay in the bed and rot because, yes, this is what I want, but I don't believe it's possible. But then we have to remember that if I can conceptualize the idea, then that means it's already in existence, right? And this version of myself is already a thing. So I just need to get my ass up at the end of the day going in. I always have to say that. But I need for y'all to put down in the chat, it makes sense. Or tell me if it doesn't make sense. Because I keep saying it over and over again because I really need for this to make sense for y'all. I hope that the light bulb comes on. Whatever it is that you desire to have, you already have it. There's a version of you that already has it. The house already exists. The country that you want to live in already exists. The car that you want to drive already exists. And there's a version of you that exists that already has it. So if you are saying that I'm procrastinating because I don't know if I really believe that it's possible, remember there's a version of yourself that already has it. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop saying it. Does that make sense? Please, I need, because when I saw this the other day, now I didn't listen to what he said. Now I'm gonna go back to it and actually listen to what he said. I just went off of what he had captioned on the screen. And I was like, damn, that legit makes so much sense to me, right? So I need for y'all, I don't know how, if it's a vision board or if you just need to get a really big ass one of them big post-it notes that you can stick on your wall. And anytime you begin to procrastinate and that fear takes over and that doubt takes over, I need you to write it in big bold letters. The version of you that has all of these desires and dreams already exists. You just have to act as if. That's how you shift timelines. You start acting as if. And then it gets to a point where you just embody the energy. And next thing you know, you're living that life. There was a point in time when I was in that Louis apartment. I'm not going to talk about it because I talk about it. I feel like I talk about it every single video. But just 10 years ago, I was in this Louis apartment with my kids, dreaming about my life now, thinking about my life now. Now, had I not gotten up and started moving different ways and making decisions and taking that inspired action, then I would still be in that little ass apartment. If that's all I believed was possible for me, right? I wouldn't have tried to do any better. I'm telling you, and I've documented my journey. Y'all know I have documented so much of my journey, the ups and the downs. When I was living in a hotel with my kids, when I was homeless, all the things, y'all have seen that. Y'all have seen it. And now here I am living a life that I once dreamt about. Right? And of course, there are more levels for me. This is cool. But of course, I have more desires and I have bigger desires. And I know it's going to happen because I'm me. Let's be real. And I say that humbly. I say that humbly. But what I want for you guys to remember from this whole not rant, but this whole yap session is that it already exists. And all you have to do is embody the version of you that already has it. So I want you to make that vision board. If you have not, it's February. Why don't you have a vision board yet? We listen and we don't judge. I kind of judge, but we listen and we don't judge, right? So if you don't already have a vision board, I want you to create your version of a vision board, whatever that is, right? And also that big ass post-it note. I'm serious. Get that big ass post-it note. They sell them at Staples. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's huge. I want you to write the version of you that has the shit. No, let's not say that. The version of you that has all of the things already exists. All you have to do is start acting as that person. That's it, and that's all. I hope this cures your procrastination. It's possible because there's a version of you already living that life. Hope this helps. Till next time, make sure that y'all put down in the comments, make sense or no, this didn't make sense. Make it make sense and then make the sense. Make that. All right. In all seriousness, y'all, I have over 500 videos here on this channel where I'm teaching you guys how to manifest. I also have a podcast. It's called Align and Grow Rich. Yes, I have more episodes to post, however, for some reason, when I post, they don't show on Apple. But then Apple is like, yeah, they do. We see them right here. But then I can't see them, and nobody else can see them. So anyway, but I do have close to 60 episodes on my podcast, and I also post on TikTok. So I'm everywhere. You have all the resources in the world. I also have a couple of ebooks and a whole course. So you guys can check that out in the pinned comment. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow because I'm going to be posting a video a day for the next 30 days. Oh, okay, girl, I got work to do. Bye.